And then y'all got to go with me. Woo, can't leave my sheet. Okay. Page 22 of the health care bill mandates government will audit books of all employers who self-insure. This is a free America. Page 29, lines 4 through 16. Health care rationing. You can only receive so much care each year. If you're a single person, you're going to receive $5,000 worth of coverage for that year. Come on, I've had a surgery that costs a lot more than that. $10,000 per family. Page 30, section 123. Please pull up the health care and begin to read it. Let's get informed, church. Let's get educated. We're not dumb like they call us. Dumb Christians with guns in our hands. Thank you. Page 30, section 123. There will be a government committee that decides what treatments and benefits you receive. Now, I had told you this some time back. I don't have it on here, but there's a name that they use in, to complicate us. And if we don't know what it means, then we'll go, oh, I don't understand. I guess it's okay. But there's a name in the healthcare that if you are a Muslim, again, if he's not a Muslim, I don't know what he is. I'm here to tell you, if you're a Muslim, which they don't believe in church, so they just like we don't believe in gambling. I hope you ain't gambling. They don't believe in insurance because they think it's gambling. They look at it as a gamble. Well, I guess in some ways it is. So, since they don't believe in it, they don't have to pay in it. But they can receive from it. Now, if that's right, then anyways.
No, that's not right.
It's horrible. Thank you, Susie. And that's what's going on, church. But see, they won't stand up for the Catholic Church what they want to believe. No, they're railroading them, even though they're trying to make you think that they're not. It's behind the scenes they are. Page 42. The Healthcare Choice Commission will choose your healthcare benefits for you. They know better than you do. They know better than your doctor. You have no choice. Page 50. Line 152, healthcare will be provided to all non-U.S. citizens, illegal or other. And you will pay for it. Page 58, government will have real-time access to individuals' finances. Now, I'm not making this up, church. I'm not a liar. And a national ID health card will be issued. Page 59. Lines 21 through 24. Government will have direct access to your banking accounts for elective funds transfer. Oh, we need a new boat. Let's go to there. This is a free America. Page 65, section 164. This is a payoff, subsidized plan for retirees and their families in unions and community organizations such as ACORN. Page 72, lines 8 through 14. The government is creating a healthcare exchange to bring private healthcare plans under the government control. And what that means, and I got two brothers that retire with Ford, and they have an awesome healthcare plan. They're going to eventually make them go on the government healthcare plan. It may take time for them to make it happen, but they already got it where they can make them do that. Page 84, section 203. Government mandates all benefits packages for private health care plans in the exchange. That's exactly what I just said. All members of AARP. Do we have any members of AARP in this house? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, listen to this. All members of AARP members health care, and I didn't get a chance to write the number, but there was a page, but I was in a hurry, and I apologize, but we can get you the website where I got this from. AARP members health care will be rationed. And the reason is because you get older. And you don't need, and see, and I just didn't have, there's a lot more there that I could not bring tonight. But what they're going to say is, Brother Harold, how old are you, Brother Harold? Okay, let's say Brother Harold is, all right.
75.
75 years old. Oh, Brother Harold, we like you, but we think you should only live 5 more years. So we're just going to give you what you need to live 5 more years. They'll have consultations for you when you get a certain age, because they will determine if you're to live or not. Forget about your wills and your, the hospitals get you to sign, what they call?
Living will.
Living wills. The government will decide, Brother Howard, you've lived an awesome life. It's time to go meet your Maker. I'm serious.
David Webster predicted all that.
He did. He prophesied it. You're right. He prophesied that this was going to happen. That's the direction that we're going, church. Lord have mercy. The next thing I want to talk about is your money. Repeat after me. My money.
My money
It's not my money.
is not my money.
It's God's.
It's God's. Yes.
And I think for people that, put things in my hands, and many of you have, and Brother Steve and others that have put things in my hands that God had shown you, and I may put it in a while. You may not hear about it for a while, but I'll start chewing on it. And God began to direct me by His Spirit when to bring it out. So thank you for your research that goes along with my research. I appreciate it. I give out roses now. Your money. Banks can legally, they just started, banks can legally steal customers' funds from private checking accounts. Financial institutions, our financial institutions have been planning for a financial collapse wherein the U.S. government will not offer assistance. The resolution plans required by the Federal Reserve Bank describe schemes to have the major domestic banks remain afloat by selling off assets, your stuff, your money. You begin to take your stuff. Finding alternative sources of funding, reducing risky measures that make a quick buck. These strategies were to be perfected with no assumption of extraordinary support from the public sector. By selling non-core assets without upsetting shareholders, because they're more important than we are, while protecting the monetary system, taxpayers, and creditors is the work of the mega banks who have contributed solely to the destruction of the global financial markets. Bank of America and Citibank have already begun to liquidate some of their assets, an action a bank takes when they are insolvent. Both mega banks and credit unions have been silently, and we're not to live in fear now. Don't let this get you scared. Get you to get closer to God and trust Him. Trust Him, church. But I want you to be informed. God wants you to be informed. That's why He told me to do this. Credit unions have been silently altering their deposits, withdrawal policies to debtor customers from emptying out their accounts. You go out there, if you got a lot of money in the bank and you decide you want to get it out, get ready, because they're going to interrogate you. They want to find out what you do with that money. It's none of their business, and it's actually illegal for them to ask you. But they will see how far they can push it. Because the digital record of monies is greater than the physical cash held by the banks. There might be in a bank supposed to be $2 million, but it may be just maybe $500,000. Their actual cash on hand. This is a scheme to stave off a run on the banks. My grandfather, when he walked out the bank, when they locked the door behind him, he lost everything during the Great Depression. This will be multi times worse than the Great Depression. If you lived during that time, just imagine that being 50 times worse. With the Patriot Act signed in 2001 by former President George W. Bush and extended in 2011 by President Obama, states that all banks must record all banking transactions with photo ID and fingerprints that will then be sent to the FBI database, wherein all banking information tied to each individual on file can be traced for future reference.